Google just won big time, and it sent their stock over 8% today. It added over $150 billion to their market cap. This could be the most important antitrust decision in history. This doesn't just affect Google, it affects every tech sector. Stay tuned to find out more. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ali. I'm your host. If you're new here, I work in the IT industry, and I've been following the markets for over a decade. I know it can be confusing and scary, but I'm here to make it easy for you. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and the bell notification so you can see all the new videos that come out. Today, we're going to do a dive into Google's antitrust lawsuit that they just beat. This sent shockwaves across the tech industry and all the markets because it's going to change how big tech companies are treated in the courts in the future. Let's break it down. On September 2nd, Judge Mehta from the U.S. District Court delivered his remedies following last year's decision that Google operates a monopoly in search. Here's what the Department of Justice wanted to happen. They wanted Google to sell off Chrome and Android so that it can be broken up into 3 companies. And this would have been devastating to Google's business model. But what actually happened was the judge said, no way. There's not going to be a breakup. But instead, he put 3 restrictions or orders. Google has to share certain search data with competitors like Microsoft and DuckDuckGo. Second, they got to stop making exclusive deals that block competitors from being pre-installed on their devices. And number 3, they have to end exclusive and restrictive contracts, but, and this is big, they can keep their deal with Apple to be the default search placement in their devices. Now, obviously, this is huge because it preserves Google's ecosystem while opening up competition. The judge also cited in his decision that OpenAI and Anthropic are making huge gains in the search engines, and they're already providing some of that competition. So this is kind of a big deal because it sets that precedent that just because somebody has a monopoly, we're not just going to go and chop them up. And this is really bad for the tech industry and for business in general. Let's take a quick look at some of these charts. Google was up 9.14% as of this recording. And this followed today's announcement. As you can see at the bottom, there was a lot of volume. And you can see at the top, we marked it up for you, 9.14%. And this is big. It added over $150 billion to their market cap. Now, this has been the strongest day for Google, and they've had a really strong rally in 2025. But not only Google is benefiting. If we take a look at Apple stocks, they've also benefited with about a 3% increase, even though the volume wasn't as big. Preserving that exclusive deal with Google means that Google pays them a lot of money to put their devices into search on Google. The broader market also saw some positive reactions. And this was the NASDAQ, futures rose about 0.8%. The S&P 500 futures rose about 0.4%. Investors were terrified of a precedent that would be set by this court ruling if it was against Google. And so when they saw the ruling, everybody was really happy. And obviously, the PE ratio for this company is only about 18.4%, which is below some of the mega caps in their sector. So all of that together, people saw an opportunity to buy in, knowing that the company isn't going to break up, and then there was an upside for this. As long as AI continues to grow, I think Google will have a clear direction in the future. Let's take a look at a couple more stocks here. We have Microsoft, and as you can see, Microsoft didn't see a huge rally today compared to Google, and we only see a very tiny uptrend, very normal volume down here. Otherwise, we look at the Meta stock, very tiny, not a lot of volume, did not see a huge uptick because they're competitors in other spaces. And right here, we see the NASDAQ jumped slightly, not very big volume, but overall positive direction due to the recent drop down in the NASDAQ. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Google indicated that they might file for an appeal, which could drag this on for years. There's also other antitrust lawsuits against other big tech companies. The real test will be implementation. how is Google going to share some of its search data? That's going to be a very tricky question to answer. Which competitors are going to benefit the most? And how will this remove the edge of competitiveness that Google has over its competitors? Also, we got to watch for the report this Friday on unemployment. If unemployment data comes in weak, combined with this positive tech news, we could see Federal Reserves get more pressure and get more comfortable with the rate cuts. One thing to keep in mind is this is positive for Google and other companies that face the same type of lawsuits. ChatGPT and other AI tools are changing how people search, and Google is going to need to keep innovating to maintain its dominance. So what's my take? This is positive news in general for the tech industry. But don't get too comfortable because this space is ever evolving with AI and we don't know what's going to change. If you currently hold Google stocks, this removed a significant obstacle. If you're new, the risk of getting into tech has also been significantly reduced. But this is only one factor in your investment. I want to hear from you. Do you think this was a fair judgment? Are you buying more Google or are you going to hold and hodl? Thank you for watching until the end of the video. If you found this enjoyable, please consider watching other videos on my channel or drop a comment below and let me know what other videos you would like me to make. Stay safe, stay diversified, and I'll catch you in the next one.